What's up, guys? Welcome back for another quad vlog. Hope all you guys had a good week. It is a beautiful Saturday night to come out for a ride. It's about 8 o'clock right now. The sun is setting behind us, so I'm gonna try to come out and film a little bit for you guys before the sun goes down. Oh my god, dude, that guy was straight ripping. So before we get too far into today's video, there's something that I want to talk to you guys about. I had a company reach out to me from China, you know, whatever, on Amazon, and they actually sent me a product. There's an Audi R8 just chilling in that parking lot over there. You know, no big deal or anything. And before I go any further, the video is not sponsored, besides the fact that they sent me their free products. But what they sent me was a pair of LED headlights for not my quad, not my motorcycle, but my car. And I guess I am an automotive channel, so it kind of works. But anyways, I'll throw a picture of them up on the screen right now. I think they're like 35 bucks on Amazon, but I got you guys a 20% off code if you use my Amazon link in the description of this video. You don't obviously have to, but if you want to check them out, the link's in description. 20% off. Obviously that helps me out as well. Like I said, the video isn't sponsored, but if you guys buy the product or even buy anything on Amazon using the link in the description below, obviously that will help me out. And personally, I'm not really a huge fan of like Patreon. I'll never do a Patreon, and I probably won't ever make merch. I don't know. I'm not really a huge fan of merch either. But if you guys want to help me out, all you have to do is buy whatever you want on Amazon and just use my link in the description of this video or any other video that I, you know, reference a product to. That's probably the only way I'll ever ask for you guys to help me out. But anyways, back to the headlights. I installed mine about a week ago, and I'm really liking them. They're a lot brighter than just your typical halogen bulb that you'll buy at Walmart, and they're basically the same price, 35 bucks for two of them. That's before the 20% discount if you use the code in the description. So basically you can get a set of replacement headlights for like, you know, 28 bucks. So if you guys are interested, click the link in the description, check them out. If not, whatever. Alright guys, on to the topic of today's video. What I want to talk about is one of the fastest four-wheelers ever made. And I'm sure a lot of you guys know what quad I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Suzuki LT500R, made through, I think, 1987 through 1990. This was the fastest, in my opinion, the coolest production four-wheeler ever made. It was a 500cc two-stroke engine, and this thing was an absolute ripper. And the reason I'm bringing it up in today's video is actually one popped up for sale in my area a couple weeks ago, and I was strongly considering buying it, except the fact that it needed a lot of engine work, and I really wasn't up for it, besides the fact I don't really have a good place to store it. But I want to talk about it because a lot of people actually don't know it exists, obviously, because it's nearly 30 years old. So like I said, this four-wheeler was made between 1987 and 1990, and it had a two-stroke 500cc engine. And I've done some reading online, and the engine basically put out 50 horsepower, which is insane. That's an insane amount of power for 1987. For a stock four-wheeler, that's insane. And just a quick explanation of like two-stroke versus four-stroke engines. A lot of you guys would be like, okay, well, you have a 700cc, obviously that's faster. Well, no, because in a two-stroke engine, it produces basically twice as much horsepower as, well, not technically twice as much horsepower, but basically it has a power stroke twice as often as a four-stroke engine. In a two-stroke engine, the engine has a power stroke every 2 strokes, and in a four-stroke engine, the power stroke is every 4th stroke. I've been doing some reading online about it because I was actually really considering buying the thing and rebuilding it, but basically it put out about 50 horsepower stock, which that's also pretty insane. And the really nice thing about two-stroke engines is that they're super easy to work on and super easy to modify. So what a lot of people did with that four-wheeler is they put a new top end on it, which basically, you know, altered the compression, made it a little higher compression, as well as they you know, redid the carb and a few other things, and a lot of people managed to squeeze close to 60 horsepower out of this engine, which, again, it's just ridiculous to think about. Obviously, you can build a Raptor 700, but it's a lot more complicated. I mean, with the Raptor 700, you just have so many more moving parts with the 4-stroke engine. With the 2-stroke engine, they're so simple. They're honestly like 4 times as simple as a quad like this. With that engine, you wouldn't have to worry about valves, you wouldn't have to worry about like timing, you don't have to worry about all that crap. With a Raptor 700, like, I totally want to build this quad, but I'm just so scared that I'd lose the reliability of what the Raptor 700 is. And what the Raptor 700 is super reliable. This thing is built on the Yamaha Grizzly, like, utility 4-wheeler platform, engine-wise, and the thing is just a tank. I mean, they run forever. So a little bit more about the LT500R from Suzuki. They actually had to make the rear axle, or the rear like hub of the quad, 5-lug instead of 4-lug. This quad Suzuki made, they actually had to go to a 5-lug wheel because of the fact that they literally produce so much power and torque that they twist the lugs right off the hub. And we caught some air off that. And I think that's so funny because that's just like a true testament to how much power and how awesome that quad was. And of course, a quad that has this sort of reputation also has a nickname. A lot of people in the ATV community call this thing Quadzilla. One thing I should mention is that it actually had a little brother. They made a 250 version, I believe before, obviously, they made the 500 version, and that was called the LT250R. Of course, that's pretty comparable to Yamaha's Banji line. Woo! I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of the Banjis. The Banjis are pretty sick too. They made a 200cc 2-stroke Banji, and then they made a 350 Banji as well. Obviously, the 350 being a little bit more desired than the 200. And I can promise you guys, if that Quadzilla ever comes up for sale again in my area, I'm 100% gonna buy it because that thing would be so awesome. But unfortunately, right now is just not the right time. Of course, I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering how fast actually is it. Well, its top speed stock was, from what I could read online, was about, hey, there's that one guy, was about 82, 84 miles an hour, which, okay, fine, doesn't sound like a lot, obviously it's faster than my quad, but like I was saying, with just a few super simple and easy upgrades, a lot of people have that thing clocked at over 100 miles an hour. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making this one. If you guys know anything about a Quadzilla, or maybe even had one or have one, definitely leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys. And of course, if you guys did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button below, and I will see you guys next Saturday for another quad vlog.